Attention passionate Seattle Seahawks fans. Breaking news. Something important is happening in the NFC West, and it could change everything. We're talking about a direct impact on the Seattle Seahawks' path toward another Super Bowl run. A shift in power that could leave a division rival struggling for years. We're bringing all of this to you firsthand. But before we get into it, if you're a true Seattle Seahawks fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're part of this family too. Let's help each other reach 30,000 subscribers. Share this with your friends and fellow Seahawks fans. Now, let's get to the news. Let's talk about what could be one of the most transformative changes of this offseason for the Seahawks, and, honestly, for the entire NFC West. 12's fans, take a deep breath, because this news is not small and could directly affect the future of the Seattle Seahawks. While many people are still digesting the season, a quiet move is starting to gain momentum behind the scenes in the NFL. And it involves a name that, whether you like it or not, has become a central piece of the project: Klint Kubiak. Yes, the same offensive coordinator who helped redefine the identity of this offense is now on the radar of other franchises, and the risk of him leaving is real. Very real. The question that needs to be asked is simple, but uncomfortable. Are the Seahawks about to lose the offensive brain that gave this team direction, right now? Because when news breaks about interviews for head coaching jobs, especially with franchises like the Falcons, that's not just curiosity. That's the market. That's evaluation. That's people on the outside saying, this guy can run an entire team. And this is where the conflict begins. Klint Kubiak arrived quietly, without excessive hype, but quickly left his mark. A more organized, more creative offense, more efficient in key moments. Players developing, more modern play calling, better use of the roster. It wasn't perfect, far from it. But it was progress. And in the NFL, progress always draws attention. Now, Seahawks fans have to face an uncomfortable possibility. What if all of this was just a short chapter? What if Kubiak is using Seattle as a springboard? Because that's the league's logic. When a coordinator starts to succeed, he becomes a target. And once he becomes a target, the risk of a breakup increases. The most delicate part is the timing. Mike Macdonald has just taken over as head coach. The project is still under construction. The locker room is still absorbing new ideas. Losing the offensive coordinator now wouldn't just be a change of names. It would be a partial reset. A new philosophy, a new playbook, a new adjustment period. And who pays that price? The fans. Always the fans. And let's be honest, if Klint Kubiak leaves, it raises an even heavier question. Are the Seahawks prepared to retain top-level talent? Or is the franchise still stuck in this cycle of developing, losing, and starting over? Because teams that are truly ready to compete hold on to their creative minds. Unstable teams watch them walk away. There's also the human side. Kubiak knows that head coaching opportunities don't come around often. When the league calls, you answer. No one can blame a professional for wanting to take the next step. But the problem isn't that he might want to leave. The problem is the impact that has inside the building. And if he leaves, what's left? Who takes over? Someone internal? Someone from outside? Someone who understands the roster? Or someone who will try to impose something completely different? Every departure creates a domino effect. And that's what's concerning. The period between the end of the regular season and the week after the Super Bowl is like a war in the NFL. When it comes to hiring and firing head coaches and the start of the offseason drama across all 32 teams, nobody knows anything until it's official. The latest news about the NFL head coaching cycle confirms that. The New York Giants appear to have landed the top prize by hiring John Harbaugh, but 3 days after the initial report, the move is still not fully official. Harbaugh will be just the first domino to fall, whether with the Giants or elsewhere. The next best opening on the market this cycle is with the Atlanta Falcons, where Seattle Seahawks offensive coordinator Klint Kubiak is considered the favorite for the job. However, new information from ESPN's Adam Schefter indicates that this is far from a done deal. The Falcons are reportedly bringing in former Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski for a second interview for the head coaching position. Sources: the Falcons are beginning their second round of head coach interviews this Saturday, bringing former Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski to Atlanta for another round of talks. Stefanski will be the first candidate to receive a second interview with the Falcons. Adam Schefter, at Adam Schefter, January 17, 2026. Along with Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, who plans to take at least 1 year off, and Pete Carroll, whose future remains uncertain, Stefanski is the most experienced head coach in this hiring cycle. Since taking over as the Browns head coach in 2020, Stefanski compiled a 45-46 regular season record and a 1-2 playoff record. Despite the losing record, Stefanski won NFL Coach of the Year twice during his tenure in Cleveland. giving him an edge over most competitors for head coaching jobs. Kubiak has an impressive resume, even without head coaching experience at this level. After receiving positive reviews for his work as offensive coordinator with the Minnesota Vikings and New Orleans Saints, Kubiak helped immediately revitalize the Seattle Seahawks offense, turning it into one of the top 3 scoring units in the league in just one season. Kubiak also runs the type of offensive scheme the Falcons are looking for, but the same can be said for Stefanski and roughly half the teams in the league right now. While Kubiak likely deserves a promotion, Atlanta hiring Stefanski would probably be the best-case scenario for the Seahawks. The Giants and Falcons jobs are solid, but the remaining NFL head coaching openings are not nearly as attractive. If Kubiak doesn't land the Atlanta job, he may decide that the best path forward is to stay in Seattle a bit longer, until the right opportunity truly emerges.